Hello everyone. Okay, today I'll discuss about what went wrong in my exam, that is prelims 2024. Okay, so this year happened to be quite easier than 2023. So I want to analyze what went wrong for me personally. And so these are the questions. First is this is the first question, and what I did, how much I studied, what could have been avoided. So let's try to mm, all right, so let's discuss the first one. What went wrong? So one thing was revision. Revision. All right, this one, because static mostly static came. So this one, for from us to truly answer the questions, we have to know the static, and this I failed. This I couldn't do it. Now what I did, so actually I must say that I'm honestly, my honest thing is that I did well. Okay, I did well. I worked hard, and I am quite happy. Okay, I'm quite happy, but I'm not satisfied. That's what I want to say. So I worked for more averagely around 11 to 12 hours for 4 months. So I've no regret. Okay, so I did, and this is my first attempt. This is my first attempt. So and I have no regret whatsoever. The only thing that I have what and so the only thing that worries me, the only thing that give me a itch, or some kind of issue, is I could have avoided. How? See, I slept for around uh I couldn't sleep that night. Okay, sleep is sleeping issue. So I didn't sleep well. That's what I want to say. I slept around 3 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. I tried sleeping, but I couldn't, and woke up around 4:30. Yeah, again I had to sleep again till 7 a.m. So as you can see, less than 4 hours. Less than 4 hours. I slept for less than 4 hours. Yeah, and initially it was fine, but when you enter the hall around 9 a.m., you had to stay till 9:30 a.m. because you have to enter the hall before 9 a.m. So that's the rules. So I entered there around 9 a.m. Then I had to stay there 9:30. So in the meantime, I got somewhat sleepy. Not exactly sleepy, but you know, mind was not fresh. Mind, my mind was not fresh. Uh, Mine was not fresh, and when I got a paper, okay, it was fine. The question seems to be quite easy and quite static. So I started with polity, then geography, then next I went for economy. I didn't go for. I went for that was 3019 home. Forgot, because this was my strong subject. So I did polity, geography, then environment, science and tech, then economy I did last. Oh, okay. Now the questions were surprised because polity mostly static were there. So I suppose see the delimitation commission, then regarding articles, which part is it. Now this times you need revision, so I didn't expect that they would ask this one. All I studied, how I studied was conceptually. I wanted to conceptually clear. I want to be clear with conceptual. This is what I wanted to do. So I did this one. There were most of the questions I could omit two. I could omit option two. Out of 100 questions, I could at least attempt around 80 to 25 by omitting two options. This is what I could do. But I attempted anyhow. I attempted only 75 questions. This is the question I attempted. Now when you're solving, you need a lot of common sense. Common sense. See? Suppose the reason I'm saying common sense because uh, during the exam hall, I didn't use this one. Couldn't use because I was unable to focus. Suppose a question like the president or this uh, military command, military commands. That it is not done by the chief of the army staff, but by the president. You know what I thought? Maybe chief of the defense staff. I marked as this one was correct. Chief of the defense staff. What is a heads or something like the military command. And the option one I could option one is done. Two I said this is, I marked it as the chief of CDS. Now option three is it was about something like advisor. Advisor, yes, advisor. So see, this kind of question you could have directly known that this option this wouldn't be in the question. What I did, I took this one. I omitted this one. I took this one. Okay, and I correct only. I did only one and three. Now say, option was one was about something related to permanent chairman, I guess. Two was about to military command. Okay, three was about advisor, no? Regarding the CDS. So this CDS is this one, but this is not the one. This should know this is by president, but I didn't use this common sense. I should have known this one, and I marked as 1, 2, 3. Now these kind of mistakes, this needs a lot. This is common sense. This is a common sense questions. This should have been avoided, but I didn't do it. And even the first delimitation commission is whether I was stuck between 3 and 4. I know that it happened around 2023. They was headed by this under chairmanship of our honorable former president Ramnath Govind Singh. Around 2003, this is one. Then 2006 it happened one. Around 1970s or 60s it happened. So this is what I know. Now in between this one, in between 1970 to 1952, in between 20 years, there could be one possibilities are there. So because in the year between this and this it happened twice. Even here 1970 between 20 years or so it happened. So between 30 years or 20 years there could be. So even here I guess I didn't know, but I marked as 3 because I knew only 3 but could have been 4. Even here I should have used 4. Why? Because see, I was confused. 1960s, around 1960s or something like that. I forgot. In 1970s also there I read somewhere while doing the mock test. So it was something around 60s or 70s. And 2066 I know. 2023. These were the things. I should be for. I did mark as 3. Now this kind of stupid mistakes should have been avoided. Now the other one. So these are the questions. So these are the mistakes. Now sorry. Now imagine if I avoided this kind of things, I could have got at least 45 to 50 questions correctly. And now I'm getting around 40 questions correctly. Around 40 questions is correct. But this one could have done. I could have scored at least somewhere around, if it is 50, so 90 plus could have scored. Alright, and I'm from ST, so there's high chance that I could clear. Now, so what have I learned? I'm happy. I'm happy with my. So, from my experience, I would say, what have I learned? I learned. I learned to be what is mm, to sleep in time. Sleep schedule should be on time. This one has to be maintained. Sleep before 12 a.m. I usually sleep after 2 or even 6 to 5 to 6 a.m. This affected me for the past 4 months from February to June. I started average 12 and 9, 11 to 12 hours. This is the average. All right. So sometimes I even can 14, sometimes even 15 hours. So with this hard work, and when I applied the question, uh, when I applied the prelims, okay, almost all questions I was able to answer. Even the conceptual I was able to answer. The only thing that I couldn't answer was static effects. And this one I should have revised more, but I couldn't do well. That too, common sense. With common sense, I could have. All right, and if I had focus, this one, if I had this one, I could have done it. Because in some GS paper I did well, okay. But as a Kiko, as it, what do I say? As the time went by, okay, after 1 hour or so, I began to lose my focus. So that's the reason. Overall, most of the question conceptual were also cleared. Only some static facts, which when we use common sense, you could do it. That's the thing. So overall, I'm happy. Okay. What is it? I'm happy with my effort or hard work. Okay. Only mistake was sleeping. This one. This is the only mistake I could say. Because as much as possible I could attempt, as much as possible I could attempt it, and most of the questions were in line with it. The only thing that I made a mistake was this disorder. I couldn't sleep well, as a result of which I couldn't focus. So this thing should be avoided. Now, alright, so I have researched a lot, and we took a plan from Dr. Shivin Chaudhary. His plan, I took out the plan, and I even did mock test. I don't know whether it's 10 or 15 to 20 maybe mock test. I did around that. But I stopped mock test because I knew how much question I should attempt. That is the only thing that is the only purpose of me taking the mock test. Or else I didn't take mock test for taking what is for checking my knowledge or understanding. No, it was not like that. At least I knew how well I was prepared. Now, the only thing I wanted to do was revision of some facts, static facts. Okay, static facts, and uh, no the attempt, and know the number of items. Question of it is like the question that you want to attempt in the UPSC. That's what I wanted to know. And after doing that, I was done with that. Okay, so that was the GS paper. And as for CSAT, yes, around I decided around 2:30. Oh, I was feeling sleepy between 11:30. Between these hours, I was so sleepy, but I couldn't sleep because we had to travel for 20 minutes or so. 20 minutes. by car. To go to the station, the time no software opened. We could hardly. There was only one restaurant, so we had this lunch. Then we can get back to our exam center. We got back to the exam center. So between the first hours of yours, I was already tired. I thought at first I thought CSAT, okay, maths question, quant, quant or RC. My initial plan was to start by RC because I'm strong in RC. RC, strong. My RC was strong because when I did the mock test around 30 or 27, around 27 to 30 question asks, I attempt all the question and I get around 25 to 25 questions correct. This was my uh, what is the level, consistent 24 to 25 questions every out of 27 to 20 questions asked. So I thought maybe I will start arts and it take me 1 hour or less than 1 hour. Okay, so I wanted to, because if I do well in this or 1 hour, I only need to solve around 5 to 8 questions or 6 to 8 questions or 10 questions in math section or quant section. So that was my initial plan. The moment I entered, I saw quant and found it to be easy. Quant was promising. I'm not lying. I'm not even lying. It was. I mean, questions were not that hard compared to previous year. So maybe I'll start from quant. I didn't take the RC. So because I thought I could, even if I don't get the time, I'll try to use elimination and try to omit out, because I know that I believe in my RC strength. When I did a quant, questions were easy. Okay, when I started to solve, it was consuming time. By the time I had around 12 to 13 questions, it was already 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour, including this plus that the time went for filling the form or something like this. So it was already 1 hour, 13 14 questions, and this one was accuracy was high. This could be 95 to 100%. I marked around 25 to 30 question. Okay, this is what I wanted to solve as per Dr. Shivin's Chowdhury, his plan. I followed his plan with me. Now what went wrong was, see, it took me around 12 to 13 questions to solve and it took around 1 hour. Now imagine I have more to solve. I still have half section of the quant to solve. So I did some part of this one. Okay, till 15 I solved. Then I went to RC. RC had only around 40 minutes. Some I think around 10 15 around, yeah, around 20. So I think around I did around 7 to 8 questions of same question of RC by reading and sometimes using the usual method. There are still some more questions to do. So what did I do? I had no time. I had around 25. By the time I had around, okay, so by the time when I did RC, I had around 10 minutes, last 10 minutes, last minutes. So when during this time, I had only around 27 to 28 questions, roughly, including RC and quant. Now imagine this one between this, yeah, it took me, so to solve this quant 20 plus question, it would take me more than 1 hour, 1 hour 20 or 30 minutes, I guess. So 27 to, I did only 27 to 28 questions in the in what is in around 1 hour and 30 minutes. So there are 30 minutes. What did I do? I did some RC questions. I started to do some RC questions, and in the last 10 minutes I have to solve more of the RC questions. So what I did was I started to use elimination method, and in the last 5 minutes I started to mark in vertically. Suppose say this is question number 1, B, C, D. So when I mark more, if the answer is this one, and then question number 2, I will mark here like this, 4 for at least 4 for each, like this, because I had no time. And in this way I attempted till 50 questions. Now this was the biggest blunder ever made. This is the only thing that I'm worried. That was the only thing that made me sad. Okay, that made me angry, annoyed. Or else GS was fine. GS I was happy, even though I made some errors or something like that. It was happy. Had it not been the sleeping disorder, I would have could have done could have scored 100 plus. That is guaranteed. All right, this one this one made me so annoyed. Okay, so what if had I followed my plan? How would I done? I would say 27 questions of RC would have done well, and that one at least I would get a 25 is sure, 25 to 20, 25, 24 to 25 is sure, 24 to 25 question is sure, correct. It will be correct. Now, even if you are weak maths, or if you don't, even if you don't solve those hard questions, you could easily solve uh, 12 to 13 questions of quant. Easily you could solve this one. So just imagine if I could score this much. So this is 25. Let's say 24. Let's pick the lowest one. 24 plus 12. It will be around 36 questions. This will be correct. 100%. No doubt about this one. Now this is the question. So 36 questions. So even if there is around 30 wrong, all right. Even if even if there is around 30 questions wrong, you would have minus 6. No, 36 minus 6. You will have 30 questions correct. So if you put 30 into 2.5, it will be around 75. This will be correct. So if it is 6, then you have to minus 6. 6 question wrong 6. So 6 into 0 0.817. 84 I guess, 0.84 I guess. It will be around 5 5.something something. So let's say this is 6 question is wrong, so you get around 69 question. This is 100%. 69 marks. This is 100% guaranteed. This is the lowest minimum. This is the minimum. So just imagine. Now this would have done well. This I could have cleared easily CSAT. GS also would be done, would be well. Now even if I make mistake, I think I'm getting around 70 to no, not 70, not 70. It's somewhere around 75 to 85. I'm getting around this one marks. This much I'm getting. So I'm from ST. Now last year ST was only 47. So you cannot jump to 40, 50, 26, 20 marks. By the time 20 marks, I don't think it would be that much also. They won't jump to 60 because averagely used to get 67. Cutoff used to be around 67 to 70, 70 around 70, yeah, averagely. So they might 60 would be there, or still the cutoff would be around somewhere between 65 to 60 to 70. That is it, like still the maximum. So I could have cleared easily. That's what I'm saying. These are a mistake. And so in the next video I will try to okay, I'll come up with what I did, what I studied, or who I followed, what research I did. So I did a lot of research. Out of 100% of my studies, I did almost 80% is 80%. I left only 80% is for studies. 20%, around 20% of my time is went on research. That's how I evaded most of the topics, and that's how I was able to clear. I mean, it's like complete my syllabus in less time. So I'll be sharing what I studied, who I followed, what research I did. So as you can see, I have my files here. So these are my files. So I have this one. general science, CSAT, economy, current affairs, miscellaneous, native, science and tech, art and culture, ancient India, medieval, anthropology. So these are the things. So I'm going to share all these things on the next video. So if you want me to say anything about books, research, or any person to follow up or to look up to or group to follow in Telegram, then kindly comment and let me know. Okay, I'll give a genuine response. All right, so let me know.